Hi guys, this is MAANVI GAGROO and you're listening to me on Let's Think Aloud with RJ Himani.
Let's Think Aloud and Radio Chutney. You're tuned in with me, RJ Himani. I'm talking to Maanvi, and of course, this is a very familiar face. We've loved watching you all through the lockdown on the various series and films that you've done, Maanvi. So, firstly, welcome to Let's Think Aloud.
Thank you, Himani. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. Now, Triplings Season 3. Congratulations on that. Season 3 of a show. I think Season 3 of 2 shows for you, if I'm not mistaken. Fantastic. I'm looking forward to both, honestly. And but we'll talk about Tripling Season 3 on Z Global, and which is amazing, that the amazing content that they keep coming up with. And this is definitely, I saw the trailer yesterday. It's so interesting that you'll go on this trip. I'm going to talk a little bit about, for people who haven't seen the trailer, so that I don't have to ask you what the show is about, because we already know it. So it's about this couple, this set of parents who are planning to get separated, and then you have these three in various capacities. What capacity? Please find out, watch the show and find out, who are trying to get them together, and everything that unravels and reveals and a lot of conspires, everything that happens on the show. Maanvi, firstly, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you have to give me 3 answers for each of those questions, because it's tripling. So you have to give me like 3 options or 3 answers for each of those questions. Okay?
Right. Done, done and done.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Maanvi, what's the modern family concept for you? Or let's say 3 conceptual essentials or comfort blankets of a modern family for you.
Collective individualism, individual collectivism, and boundaries.
Boundaries.
I think that would be,
Yeah, I think boundaries is so important. I don't think Indian families know anything about boundaries. We need a separate thesis.
I don't think Indians only know. Like, even with friendships, we don't know. With romantic relationships, we don't know. Family, and of course, it all starts with family. So yeah.
Yeah, it's so important. Well said. When parents fight or decide to separate, Maanvi, what should young adults essentially do first? 3 things.
Ask why. I mean, basically try to understand the reasons behind that. Second would be deal with it empathetically. So even if you're angry, and it's okay to be angry. I mean, we're justified each and every emotion. So if you're angry, if you're feeling anger, show that anger and express that anger, but do it with kindness. I mean, don't do it with brutality or any kind of hate or wanting to harm, ill intent. Third, regroup, like just as a family, regroup, figure out the what the problem is. If there is an alternate solution, maybe opt for that, try that, and if not, then allow this solution to happen in the most amicable way possible.
Right. This is a little, I'm just going to divert a little bit from our questionnaire. The concept is so interesting, and today, around us, whether it's
sorry, Himani, I just want to add, it's very easy to say all these things that do it with empathy and do it with all of that till it happens to you. So I mean, knock on wood, it should happen to anyone. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you, that, with this happening realistically around us so much today, and, while a section of society is very accepting of it and, knows how to deal with it, there's another part which still struggles with it, especially young adults. So while you were making this show, how interesting was it? Because, this is the kind of concept which I thought that everybody would have had a say in the script. Like, everybody would have thought that what we should do, what we should say. The situations are so realistic from what we saw in the trailer. How involved were you all in the process of the making of the show?
So, Himani, we weren't very involved in the writing of the show. We pretty much got the bound script to us. So it's only little garnishing that we could add. But I remember reading Chanchal's her track through the story. And I know a very close friend of mine who's my age. Her parents got separated recently, like 2 years ago, and she couldn't deal with it. Like her elder brother managed to. Her elder brother was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever, do your thing." Like it was gonna happen sooner or later. So he had that sort of a vibe, but she was generally shook, like she was like, oh my god, I don't know how to deal with it, and she started acting out and this and that. And that's pretty much what Chanchal's arc is through this. And of course it's specific to Chanchal because it also talks about her relationship with her husband Pranav and all of that. But I was like, oh my god, this is I know this person, like, I know how to react like this because I've seen it. Because I remember I was telling her, I was giving her gyan about, it's okay, if they're happier separate, and then that's fine, they're still your parents, and blah blah blah, whatever. And she wouldn't have any of it. So I remember feeling that when I first read the script, and I told Sumit, I'm like, oh, this is amazing, like I love it.
Nice. So you kind of had something to fall back on to kind of take your
yeah.
as well as vice versa.
Yeah.
Cool. So coming back to this, what are the 3 things that audiences should look forward to in this season, in the show?
The cast, the nostalgia maybe of meeting these characters, and just going into their world once more, or going onto another trip with them. And third would be, I think the music is really nice this season. I mean, the music has always been, I think, pretty excellent in all 3 seasons. And just like the first 2 seasons, the music album for third is also pretty kick-ass. So that.
Nice. 3 shows that you are looking forward to this year, yours or any other?
Triplings season 3. I'll start with naming 2 of mine. 4 More Shots, Please, season 3.
I'm waiting for it as well. Oh my god, you have no idea. Your Instagram, you need to check your updates for both these shows.
And which other? I recently watched this show called Bad Sisters. So I want to see the next season of it. So whenever that is, yeah.
Nice. Finally, when choosing a script, Maanvi, what are the 3 things that you look for?
The story and the character that I'm being offered, the people that are making it, that are behind making it, and money.
Of course.
3 things.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, but finally, before you go, Maanvi, I have to, for all the fans, who loved watching you on the various, and honestly, I have to be honest with you, in the last 2 years, especially in the lockdown, we've discovered so much talent and so many new stories and scripts through all the different shows and movies that we've watched. So it's been a delight watching you. So for all the fans who've loved you, for Tripling, for 4 More Shots, Please, what is it in the new season of 4 More Shots, Please? I'm going to ask you one question, no matter if I have to edit it later, that we should totally look forward to.
Okay, so 4 More Shots, Please gets a little, I think it's a little maturer than season 1 and 2, because the girls have also kind of, grown up a little, they've come of age. There's also season 2 ended on a very sad note for most of them. Like Umang's character broke up a wedding, Damini's character lost an unborn child, Anjana's character was betrayed by her boyfriend, and Siddhi lost her father. So it ended on a really morose point, and so we're taking off from exactly where we ended. And so they'll be dealing with these things. They'll be dealing with this sense of loss and grief, and let's see how well or not so well do they cope with these problems.
You're looking fabulous, by the way, I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wonderful talking to you, and all the very best.
See you. Bye.
Bye.